Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and the connection you share with each other. Today's reading is going to be an interesting one, you guys, and I know I say that a lot, but I feel like this reading carries an ultra powerful message. So I just want to throw that out there right from the get-go so you are prepared, I suppose. If you were hoping for a lighthearted sort of reading, that you might want to check out another reading on my channel to see if it resonates, because this one I can already tell is going to carry a pretty strong message. So I suppose buckle up for the ride. Basically, in today's reading, we're going to be talking about what's really going on with you and within your person, the connection itself, and I'm going to leave this style free-flowing today. I actually am working with a new deck, you guys, sent in by an anonymous viewer, so thank you so very much. That was very kind of you. This is the Archetype deck by Carolyn Miss. So we're going to chat about that first, and then we're also going to talk about the energies going on here. Over here, we have your person being represented, and over here, we have you being represented. Now, as always, I'm a very straightforward reader. Please take messages how they resonate, if they resonate, and only when they resonate. Leave ones that do not. Please never force anything to fit the situation if it doesn't. So if for some reason you feel like the roles are reversed, there aren't any rules here other than you listening to your intuition and taking the messages how they really sit with you if and when they do, okay? So over here is your person. This is you. Let's get chatting. After this, like I said, I'm not quite sure where we're going to go. I'm going to leave it free flowing. If I find that we're going over time, I'll do an extended. If I'm going to do an extended, I will let you know at that time, or you can find it below in the description box. Let's get to it, you guys. And I really I'm going to bounce around a lot. I can already tell. Okay. So how can I explain it? Let's start by explaining it so you know what we're talking about and when. We have your person's light attributes and their shadow attribute. They got 2 light attributes, okay, up top, and 1 shadow attribute. And then same goes over here for you. So this is your light attributes, your, I guess, positive side to your archetypes versus your shadow side, okay? So we're going to be referencing all of this all at once. Let me introduce the cards, and then I'm kind of going to bounce around, okay? So the energy is really strong. I tried to warn you about that from the get-go. Please remember, at the end of the day, I'm just a reader on the other side of the screen. And so it's some energies are easier to just work with than others. This one is strong, but like I said, it's a powerful message, and I know someone out there really needs to receive it, okay? They got the engineer and the hero or heroine. Light attributes: ability to give energy, to create energy, a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, and look at how beautifully that syncs up with the hero archetype or the heroine archetype. Light attribute is a passion for a journey of personal empowerment, but there's a lot synchronizing here about their course of action towards you as well, and so I'm going to be referencing that. Their shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. And then their energy is illumination. Your person is really waking up right now. And I'm feeling, they're showing me the image of the storm card in one of my decks, which is kind of like a tower card. Where your person at their core and how they want to represent in this connection is quite literally being a hero. Now, I don't think that they have a hero complex where it's how can I put this? It's not like they have a grandiose sense of self, they feel like they need to be a hero for the wrong reasons. I think at your person's core, Wally, I was like, what is that? Wally's meowing. At your person's core, they actually want to be a hero for you. Maybe you have some problems in your life right now, and their natural instinct and impulse is to kind of come in and fix that for you, because here we have a talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. And since we're talking about their behavior and their role in your connection, It's telling me that like your person kind of wants to save you from things. Now, I don't know if you have some personal issues right now that like you could actually really use some help with, or if it's them kind of like tapping into a masculine energy where they want to provide, they want to assist, they want to help. It's like your person wants to save you in a lot of ways, and I don't really know how else to put that. You have that going on towards them as well, by the way, but yours is on like a whole nother level, and we're gonna get to that in a minute, okay? This is talking about like 3D stuff. Like your person loves you, they want to help you. It's like they want to save you and really, really be of assistance to you in the 3D. Yours is on a different level, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the thing about the person that we're reading on right now, your person, is that they have some sort of sickness or wound and darker energy going on within them that's causing them to be a little bit more self-focused at times than what they really would like to see within themselves. So your person is really faced with this deep inner conflict right now. And I feel like that's why I'm picking up on this tower energy. But they're waking up to this, where sometimes they are selfish and they're self-focused. Maybe your person has addiction issues, or they have issues with greediness, or they aren't able to like really deal with and process their shadows. And, if they feel like there's any kind of fire on them or any kind of pressure on them, it's like they naturally revert to going inward and being focused on only their own needs. Okay, so there's like a selfishness that comes from your person. But the interesting thing here is that their light side is very the opposite. It's like they're in this dualistic energy right now, where one moment when they're under pressure, under fire, they're only thinking about themselves. They might not be considering you or your needs at all. But on the other hand, it's like they literally want to come in and save you and save the day and be your hero or heroine and like really go towards you and be that energy for you. Your person is like, they embody a lot of divine masculine energy. I'm just going to throw that out there. They don't have to be your divine masculine. I'm not going to go on my whole spiel right now. Take it how it resonates. But they, like, when they're in their light energy, they have a very, very strong divine masculine energy coming from them, where they want to be the fixer. They want to be the pursuer. They want to help. They want to assist in the 3D. We're talking about 3D stuff here. Now, over here with you, the interesting thing is you seem to feel the same way about your person with your light attributes, but you're not as focused on the 3D business. You're focused on like the spiritual side of things. Now, you don't have to take this. Remember, I'm just a messenger. Nobody's forcing you to take this message, okay? But some of you watching might have a bit of a God complex, and I just have to throw that out there for you, where especially if you have strong religious or spiritual beliefs, it could be that like you're trying to almost like save this person's soul in a way. You're trying to save their spirit. You're trying to maybe even just help them on their spiritual or personal growth journey, but you're less focused on saving them with 3D business as like spiritual business, okay? Which is quite interesting, because you and your person are kind of like two sides to the same coin, where when you're in your light energy, you're wanting to help, you're wanting to lift each other up, you're wanting to be of service to each other, but in different types of ways. Your person might be more of the type where like you're in a financial pitfall and they want to come in and swoop you out of that, save the day, help you out, where if they're struggling with like, codependency or addiction issues or something like that, you are like wanting to pull them out of that energy and say, hey, that's not good for your soul. That's not good for your spirit. Meditate more, take better care of yourself. Like you're more focused on their inner self, their soul. They're more focused on your outer self, your body, like how they can help you, which is very interesting. There's like a crisscross going on here. And so let me introduce your cards to you. Your light attribute is the Exorcist, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses, which ties into your person's shadow, right? Embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Like, first of all, like feeding an addiction or greediness or self-centeredness. It's like you might notice things about your person that need to be healed. And maybe you're an empath, or you consider yourself to be a light worker or a healer of some kind. And so you're able to see those negative shadows, like those negative qualities or impulses, the destructive impulses your person has. And you're like wanting to swoop in and save them from them, like awaken them to them and like help them pull out of that. Because maybe you can see your person's, potential, but they can't sometimes. And you are like wanting to almost save them from their shadows. But your shadow is the God card, deposition and cruelty, using power to control people. So I don't think you necessarily have an interest in controlling this person. If you do, you might want to check that. That's probably not a good thing. But more or less, it's this God complex where it's like, you want to be the hero too. It's kind of like your person wants to be the hero and save the day and save you from things, and you do too. It's just the two of you are doing it for different reasons, and it's on different levels. Like I said, your person is 3D business, you are spiritual business. And I think some part of you is trying to seek validation. Some part of you is trying to fill an inner wound where you're like, if I can save this person, I'm okay. I'm good enough. I'm worthy enough. I'm deserving of love. If I can save them from themselves, then I will be good enough. And so that's your version of trying to take control. It's like, if you go deep within, maybe understand why you're feeling this impulse so strongly to be the savior and to save this person from themselves. Because maybe there's something deep inside of you that is asking you to love yourself unconditionally and let that go. You don't need to save somebody to be worthy of love. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do these things in order to be worthy. You are already inherently worthy. The creator of all loves you right now for who you are in this present moment. That alone makes you worthy. You don't have to save people in order to earn something. You know what I mean? Unconditional love isn't earned. That's exactly why it's unconditional. You don't have to do anything. It's just inherent. But I think your shadow is making you want to be like in this God complex where you feel like you're above other people, or maybe you are very gifted, maybe you are a healer and an empath, maybe you have psychic abilities, but in a way it's getting you into your spiritual ego because you feel like it's your job to manage this person. Because you can see things that they can't. So now you feel like it's almost your role to save them from themselves because they're not seeing exactly what you can see. But another thing to remember is that is this person's journey. And yes, we are brought into other people's lives to help them on their path, but you can't do their work for them. If they're struggling with codependency or addiction or something like that, you can't make the choice for them to improve their own life. Yeah, you can help them, you can guide them on the way, you can support them, encourage them to get counseling and help or whatever it is, but it's not your job to be the grand savior and pull them out of that. They have to do their own inner work just like you have to, and their journey is their journey just like your journey is your journey. And there's a need for you to remember to manage yourself. And if you're neglecting parts of you in order to try to save other people, that's not doing you a service. It's kind of like, what's the age-old analogy? You don't have to jump into the pit with someone in order to set them free and pull them out. You're better off being on the top, reaching down a hand to help, than to jump right in the pit with them and, be on that level. I don't really know. If anybody knows a good analogy, drop it in the comments. I hope you get what I'm getting at here. We have anxiety. So I feel like your energy in the connection right now is you're stressed out because you care for this person. Just like they want to come in and help you and save the day, you want to do the same thing. It's just right now your person is at the stage where they're awakening to this, and you are already aware of it, and it's stressing you out because you feel like you want things to move faster, or it's not going the way you want it to because you're kind of in this God complex where you're trying to fix it. And at the end of the day, you need to remember that you're human, and it's not your job to come in and save someone like that, okay? And yeah, you can be a good supporter. It's clear that you love this person and that they love you, but it's not your job to heal for them. Even if you are a healer, your job is to manage you and your journey and yourself and, shine your light and, offer what you can when you can, but don't bleed your own cup dry to fill up someone else's, because that's really not doing anyone a service if that's the case. So you might be feeling extra erratic or anxious right now when it comes to this person, because again, you can see things that they need to heal that maybe they're blind to, and you're wanting to come in and fix that, but you can't. And then you're anxious and you're frustrated and your God complex, spiritual ego is getting wounded and bruised. You know what I mean? But it's like, I just feel like saying, just relax. Okay. Just relax a little bit. Your person needs to as well. I feel like you're a few levels ahead on your journey than they are, but that doesn't mean where they're at is wrong. They're on their journey and where they're exactly where they need to be right now, okay? Or they wouldn't be there. They would be over here with you, or you would be over here with them, okay? Whew, that was a lot. Like I said, you guys, this was a very intense message so far right from the get-go. And I just looked up and saw 15:55 on the timer, because I was checking the time to see where we're at and what I need to do from here. So 555, I feel like maybe you've been seeing a lot recently. That is the number of change. And so I think there are a lot of changes in the works for both you and your person right now, okay? So, to be honest with you guys, there's so much to unpack here. I'm going to pull a few tarot cards just to continue to get more information out. I'm going to do an extended for this as well, I suppose. So what I'm going to cover in the extended is your person's deeper thoughts and feelings about you at this time. We're going to keep talking about the connection itself right now. That's what I'm feeling called to do. So if you want specific details about thoughts and feelings, check the extended out, okay? This is also a new deck that was sent in, and so I'm going to pull from this deck and then a couple of tarot cards to keep chatting about the connection, okay? Wow, I feel like I'm like super sped up right now. It's ridiculous, you guys. Okay. And this is a shadow, they're calling me to say, because it came out, but it came out face down. So I'm taking it as a shadow. Yeah. Yep. Hold on. We're talking about this, and then we'll talk about the new cards. Okay. So we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. You might be seeing repeating 8s, or 8s could be a significant number for this connection. Wow. Remember, this is a shadow. You and your person, again, are like two sides of the same coin. You feel like you have to earn love or someone's going to abandon you. And I think you express that and feel it and conceptualize it differently than each other. But you have the same core wound of feeling like you have to do something in order to earn and receive love, or someone's going to abandon you. Bottom line, I think both of you have an abandonment wound of some kind, but you might be expressing it differently. And that would make a whole lot of sense because both of you are kind of in this hero complex. Your person is wanting to come in and save you and save the day and impress you and show off to you and fix all of your problems and help you in any way that they can. And you're in the same energy. It's just you're more focused on the spiritual side. They're more focused on the 3D side of things. But you both are doing the same dang thing, which is wanting to earn love, feeling like you are not good enough right now. You have to always be improving. You have to always be doing this to earn it, to feel like you're deserving of this love. And if you don't do that, they're going to walk away. Your fear is that they're going to leave you because you're no longer good enough. You're not serving them enough. You're not doing this enough. And they're going to abandon you and walk away. That's a really powerful message, you guys. And I knew this reading was going to go in that direction. I knew it right from the get-go when I started pulling the cards and receiving the messages. I was like, holy cow, this is going to be intense. So now over here with my new deck, and thank you again for who sent that in. You got communication, and this is the first time I'm using this deck. So it's all new to me. So bear with me, you guys. We have communication, Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. Amen to that. And we also have peace. Find inner peace in moments of stillness. Yeah, I think you and your person both need to kind of calm down a little bit, because you're both in this like hero complex, and then, you know, you feel bad when it's not going the way you want it to. And I think at the end of the day, you and your person really freaking actually love each other. And the funny thing is you already do love each other for exactly who the other person is. Like, I think you love your person just the way that they are. It's just that because of that love, you want to help them, and vice versa. They already love you for exactly who you are, but they want to be like more. It's like you're both putting each other on pedestals and dropping your self-worth down. And then you are like in this rat race where you're like, oh no, they're up here and I'm down here. I need to like earn my way there by helping them. And like you're both doing the same dang thing, but you both like already love each other and you're putting each other on pedestals, and this is a hot mess. Like at the end of the day, I feel like you and your person really actually love each other very, very much, and you need to calm down. You need to like relax, okay? I don't know. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm calling you out right now, you guys. Like when I'm channeling and I'm picking up on these energies, like this is just the way it goes. And I'm an honest reader and I don't sugarcoat things. So like I said, if you don't like my reading style, if you don't like the reading, you're really not forced to be here right now. So you can leave if you don't want to. And that makes me sad because I love you guys. And I hope that, you know, you like, I don't know. Anyway, let's go on. All right. Maybe I need to calm down. Maybe it could be beneficial for the two of you to do some like meditation exercises together or something like that, and just sit in the silence and sit in the peace. Maybe go down by water. This is a beach as well. It looks like they're standing on a beach, and this is like a lake scene. So maybe it's helpful for you and your person to do some meditation work by water. And maybe just like sit in the silence and not always feel like you have to be producing or fixing or saving, but actually like just enjoying the moment with one another. Okay. And talking things out. Like if you feel like there's something you need to express to each other, just say it, just talk about it. I think both you and your person really truly care for each other a lot, and having an open line of communication is so important. Allowing your person to express themselves without fear and vice versa, you know? Wow. And maybe you'll just find like when you're having these conversations that the two of you aren't so different at the end of the day. Because I really see that the two of you are like very eerily similar, okay? It's just you're expressing it in the 3D differently, but you are eerily similar to each other. And I really feel like this is probably a high-level soul connection because of all of the crazy mirroring going on here. They are, the two of you are definitely destined to be in this connection. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, let's get a couple messages out from your person, and then we're going to hop into the extended. This has been such a doozy, you guys. Okay. Wow. And I don't think this is literal. If it is, you'll know. But I feel like this is a fear from your person. I left when I saw you with someone. Your person's very afraid of being abandoned. And that's part of why they're in their hero complex, where they feel like they need to be the number one. They need to be your number one advocate and supporter and helper and hero in order to be worthy, or you're going to leave them behind. You're going to find someone better than them. And they're terrified of that. Okay. They don't feel worthy enough. Like that's part of the issue here, is your person has issues with not feeling worthy enough. And to be honest, that's their work, just like it is your work if you're feeling that way. You don't have to earn love, okay? Real love doesn't need to be earned. You don't have to do X, Y, Z in order to be good enough for it. Like, obviously, you both need to be bringing things to the table. But love is, like, true love isn't transactional like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so many things remind me of you, and we will be together again. Hold on. I'm going to get my other deck. Wally. He's doing the game where he is like on the other side of the door crying to get in, but the second I get up to let him in, he'll be crying to get out. So hold on a second. Come on, sir. Okay, are you coming in or not? Thank you. All right. This card fell to the ground. We have a soul connection. Yeah, I definitely feel like you guys do. Okay, and divine timing. This is a very fated connection, and I'm just really gonna leave that there. This is definitely a fated connection for the two of you, and I think you're meant to learn a lot of really important things from each other in this experience. So I'm leaving that there. I'm gonna get you a couple of personal messages out from universe now. And then we're going to close off this part of the reading, and I'm going to hop into the extended. Would love it if you guys would join over there. If you feel called to, you're more than welcome to. Actually, wait a second. I forgot about tiles and charms. Hold on. What am I doing? The energy has been so crazy. I'm like off my normal patterns. Okay. We have M. That was the only one that flipped upright, except R. So MR could be initials, or Mr. Rom. I'm seeing Rom. Okay. Somebody could definitely have like addiction issues or something. I'm also seeing the name Jay or Ray or May. Okay. May could also be the month. That's a blank, by the way. We have a message bubble. I think you and your person just need to keep working on your communication, or you're going to be talking more in the future, especially if you're taking space or you're at a distance right now. Pay attention to feathers you see, they just said. Those are signs for you. So and I'm going to pull from my feather deck for you, actually, for additional information, but pay attention. If you're like walking on the street and you see a random feather, pay attention to the patterns. You know, a one-off moment can be written off, but if it's happening over and over again, that's where the synchronicity element comes in, okay? We also have a cello or a violin or something like that, so somebody could play a stringed instrument. We already have a crown coming out, talking about like you and your person are propping each other up on pedestals, man, but you both love each other so freaking much already. Like, you need to cut it out because they already love you. You already love them. Stop putting each other up on pedestals, okay? And then we have a cactus. I feel like that is, and they just said Sedona. So I don't know, maybe that's important. I've been thinking about going there a lot recently. I've never been before, but it sounds interesting. So, or maybe you just live in a desert or something like that. You live in a desert, or you met in a desertous area. I don't know. Okay. Let's get you out your personal messages from universe now. I knew it would be a striped feather. That's the interesting part. Maybe you've been seeing striped feathers a lot recently. Okay. Now, if you've made it this far into the reading, you can drop a feather emoji below to let me know. Your first message is the white owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Okay. And then your affirmation of the day, you can, Wally, cut it out. What did I say, you guys? I told you. The second I let him in the room, he would be crying to get out. Cut it out. Stop it. What? He is so needy. He climbed a tree yesterday, you guys. Wally is 14 years old, but like a fun fact, fun little story. I'm just going to hold this up. You can like read it if you want to or comment it to affirm with me, but I'm just going to share my Wally story. Fun fact. He's 14 years old. So by every definition, he is a senior cat, right? But he doesn't act like it. He acts like he's like a kitten, basically. Like he's still very youthful, healthy, happy. He gets the zoomies. He's wild. And yesterday I like went to open up the door to leave the house, and he saw a squirrel, and he ran outside and straight up climbed a tree. But he made it like 5 or 6 feet up. And I was like, Wally, what are you doing? He's never climbed a tree before, and he was stuck, like frozen, because he didn't know what to do next. He was like, okay, I'm on the tree now. Where do I go from here? And so I had to go and like scoop him up and save him. But I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, okay, well, it made me really happy because clearly you're still healthy enough to climb a tree, even though you're 14, almost 15 years old, buddy. So, but just the look on his face as he was stuck on the tree, I could just see him like, oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm on the tree. What do I do? Oh, it was hilarious. Yes, Wally. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here and go to the extended. We're going to talk about your person's current thoughts and feelings about you over in that extended. I would love to see you over there. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.